with another video, and this video is just going to be an update, guys. Um, as of right now, I have been in Atlanta for 6 months, so I just came here to basically let you know my experiences of out here and being out here, probably answer some questions and give you a background for all of my new subscribers as to why I moved out here in the first place. So if you are interested in to know how it is living out here and why I came out here, then stay tuned. Okay, so first let's start with why I even came out here. So let's see. I feel like, like how everyone has like that cousin or friend, or like it just seems like everybody knows somebody that's famous. Like, oh, my cousin is such and such, or my best friend's sister dated so and so. It's like I feel like everyone knows someone famous except for me. Like, I don't know anyone famous. There's no one in my family who's famous, and so I just took it upon myself to be the Beyonce of the family and to try to make something of myself and go out there and do big things and whatever. So I feel like I've always been destined to be a star, like ever since I came out the womb. I've always been a very outgoing person, a very talkative person, and I was a cheerleader for 7 years. My degree is in mass communications, so I like to talk. I like, I've done journalism, I've written some articles. I've have this YouTube channel. I've done radio, like all of that stuff. So it's like I know that I'm meant to be an entertainer of some sort. So I was just like, like I can't do it in my hometown where I currently am. So I need to go somewhere and just make something shake. And I've only been out here for 6 months, but I've been networking a lot. I've gotten a lot of opportunities. I've gone to a lot of places, met a lot of celebrities, and things are going well. So yeah, so I've been out here 6 months. I recently went back home, as you guys know, to Texas to see my family for the holidays, and I was quickly reminded on why I came out here. Not that whenever I was out here, I felt like I shouldn't have been here, because if you watched my previous videos, I've always said that Atlanta is where I'm meant to be. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, this is where I need to be. However, going back home definitely reassured me. I don't know if anyone has ever like moved off somewhere and then kind of went back to visit, but things either are the same or they're not the same. And I know that kind of makes no sense, so let me explain what I mean. People, when you come from a small town, people have a small town mentality. So a lot of people are still stuck doing the same things. They don't have any motivation to elevate or to want better for themselves. Like, they're just content. And that's something that I was struggling with when I was living back home, because I just felt like I couldn't grow where I was, and I was going to have to settle for a job I didn't want to do, or I was going to have to settle to live a certain place, or I didn't want to leave my family because if something happened, like, who was going to help me? And I kid you not, like, whenever we got back to Atlanta, like, got off the plane, we went to the park and ride place, like the place I parked my car, and it stayed there for a whole week, and it was cold, and no one crunk it up, or no one turned it on, and my car didn't start, and we got back to Atlanta at 2 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting in the parking lot, and my car won't start, and we have no family, no friends out here. Of course, the place that we had our parking ride, they had jumper cables and all that stuff, and they cranked up our car and blah blah. So we got home, and now my car is fine. But I just feel like if I wasn't out here in another state on my own, first off, I wouldn't know nothing about cars, because I don't think anyone has more car problems than me. But like I would have just called my dad to come get my car, my stepdad to fix it, and I would have learned anything. So moving out here definitely helped me with independence and learning new things and just being an adult, I don't think I called my family to tell them about it until like 2 days after it happened, And they were just like, oh, okay. Like, it's expected. Like, they're like, oh, okay, like, you're grown. I know that you'll figure it out. Like, nobody was worried when I told them my car wouldn't crank or anything. They were just like, oh, okay, you got home? I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, cool. You know? So, definitely taught me, like, independence. But another thing that I realized when I went back home is that people do change. So, all those people that are like, oh, I miss you, I can't wait to see you, hit me up when you come into town, and then you get into town, and then those people are nowhere to be found. That happened to, it was a guy I was talking to, me and him didn't see each other. I was in there for a whole week. We didn't see each other. Quote unquote friends was in town, didn't even let me know that they were in town. I had to pull up on a couple of people. Like, it was just like, wow. Like, I've only been gone 6 months. And things just changed. So, I don't know. When I went back home, I was just like, okay, now I remember why I moved. Now I'm more focused than ever. Now I'm ready to, like, really do what I got to do. I gave myself 6 months to get my stuff together and reach my goals. I was like, the job that I had got whenever I moved out here, I was like, I would not be at this job no longer than 6 months. Quit that job. I was like, I will get 1,000 subscribers. Got 1,000 subscribers. I'm about to pay off my car next month. Like, it's just so much stuff that I am trying to accomplish, and the fact that I'm out here doing it on my own is just like a really big deal to me. So yeah, I went back home, and I know more than, like, if I didn't know before, I for sure know now that I'm meant to be here. So yeah, so far I love it, you guys. Like, people, or a question that I always get is, what is there to do here? There's a difference between living here and then just coming out here to visit. Like, if you're coming out here to visit, then there's lots of stuff to do. But when you live here, like, you can't go to Lenox every day, or you can't go to, I mean, you can if you got money like that, but normal people really don't do that. You can't go to Cascades every day, like, you know, like, or the Georgia Aquarium. Like, there's so much stuff to do. There's always events and stuff going on. But when you're living here, you have a job, you have this, like, responsibilities and stuff. Like, you can't just be up and going everywhere every time an event drop, or every time, unless you just got money like that and you're an important person. But if you're a regular smuggler person like me, you know, I may go to an event maybe once or twice a month, and I'm out there passing out business cards, trying to network. Like, that's it, you know? So there's lots of stuff to do here. If you were to come out here to visit, then I can plan a whole itinerary for you. But, like, if you're trying to move here, you're just gonna have to find your own niche and figure out what it is that you want. There's literally something for everybody to do. So yeah. What else? I don't know. I mean, the dating out here. The dating is different. I think for me, because number one, I work with kids, so I don't get to meet a lot of people at my job. Because, I mean, I see kids and parents. And then at my church, like, everyone's, like, booed up at my church. So if I want to meet someone, like, 9 times out of 10, it's, like, on Tinder. And I'm not ashamed to say I get on Tinder, because I've met some great people off Tinder, but it's like, I don't think I'm going to meet my soulmate on Tinder, so it's kind of like a waste of time. But Tinder has been my best bet. I don't really go out anywhere, so I haven't met anyone out. But Super Bowl about to be next month, so I'm about to go out. I'm kidding, but, like, no, but seriously, like, if I don't at least meet somebody famous during Super Bowl, like, I'm just going to become a nun. Like, there's just no reason why I shouldn't have a baller by now. But anyway, dating's different. But like I said, most of the time I just get on Tinder and I meet guys, and I've met some really good guys and some not so good ones. Really just a couple. I don't get on there often. I think I probably met 3 guys. No. Yeah, I've only met 3 guys from Tinder since I've been out here. And I'm cool with 1.5. I say 1.5 is because it just depends on what day it is and how I feel if I'm cool with this one guy. But the other guy, he's super fine. He's a sweetheart. But as far as romantically involved with anyone, no. That's why I was still talking to guys from Texas. Like, guys from Texas, I'm just more used to. And they're just, out here, they're different. Like, I just don't know. See, churches are everywhere. Like, the church I'm at is amazing. No complaints. Food. That's really all I do out here is eat. If I don't do nothing else, I will eat. In Atlanta, there's chicken wing places everywhere. Y'all know I love wings. There's literally a wing stop like 5 minutes down the road from me. So yeah, definitely lots of places to eat. And that's pretty much it. Like, I love being out here, you know, making good money. But I'm gonna give myself another goal, which I'll have a January or 2019 goal vision board video after this. But I don't want to be in the same place I am 5 or 6 months from now. So I'm speaking this now. I will not be a gymnastics coach by the time my birthday's in June. In June, I will not be a gymnastics coach anymore. Unless I'm like an owner or like I'm in a management position, but just strictly an instructor, like, I refuse. That's just not my dream. That's not what I really want to do. Sorry, y'all, my camera died. But yeah, like I was saying, that's just not what I want to do anymore. I'm focused and determined to have my own business this year and to even if it's not YouTube full time, but just to be working for myself some type of way. Like, I can't do the 9 to 5. I can't, not that there's anything wrong with it. Unless I just find something I'm really passionate about, then I don't mind a 9 to 5. I actually kind of miss it sometimes, but for the most part, like, something's got to give. So I'm pretty confident that, you know, 2019 will be my year, and I can't wait for y'all to see and be on the ride with me. As far as content goes, I have some new equipment coming in, so hopefully y'all won't see my bed anymore. Like, everything will look better, I promise. Give me a couple of weeks just to get everything situated. So yeah, I just want to thank you guys for rocking with me. Make sure you subscribe and like this video, and until next time, bye guys.